So if you're a first-time filmmaker, your job is to convince one person at a time that you have a vision for the film. So I convinced this person.
No, I did most of the convincing. I read it. I came in. I said, "This, I have to play this part, and you have to direct it." And yeah, I normally don't go after parts quite that vehemently. I don't have that much confidence that way, and I don't. It just isn't really my style. So that I did that really was showed how much I believed in the script and how much I believed in you.
I'm here today and all I hear is how I'm chasing crazy dreams. They'll sing, 'cause I've got perfect songs and melodies just waiting to come out of me, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa. Fancy words, clever lines and tales that take you back in time, and you'll sing along like, oh, whoa, and they'll know. Everyone will know. They should have believed in me.
Should have believed, baby.
You're watching The Spiel.
Now they're definitely going to think we're nuts.
I know.
Absolutely. Cuckoo.
This is amazing. I can't wait to get him on and talk to him.
Well, we're already in trouble.
Why?
Because we moved it. We saw the artwork out in the green room, the staging area.
You're not supposed to touch it till you talk to the artist. What
I
if
got
it fell
excited.
apart?
I got excited. You know, the guitar just about took me down, though. It's very, very heavy.
Is it heavy?
It's very heavy. You cannot play this one.
It's beautiful.
It looks like you've already
Well, it looks
played
like someone broke it.
Destroyed
part
it.
of
Yes,
it's not.
yes.
Yeah.
But we'll have him on in just a bit, and we'll discuss that, because I understand you have a lot on your mind again.
You know, I do. Have you seen, is it Kylie Jenner posing nude?
No.
17? Yes.
First of all, it's 17. They're not going to let her pose nude.
Honey, she did. I
Stop.
didn't see it because she's...
Was it Kim's shot, like from the back, the big old bootay?
No, it was frontal, Kylie. And I know
Stop.
you love her. Yeah.
I don't love the Kardashians.
You love her, though. You think
No.
she's beautiful.
Which
She's
one?
Kylie. The one that
Kylie-
you said's got the really pretty eyes. Kylie.
Did you and I have this conversation?
Yes, we did. Get the makeup on one
Okay,
day.
Kylie. Now, is she the one with the lips we were discussing?
Yes.
She is pretty.
The lips.
Here's why I like her story, okay? Are we sure we're talking about the right one? There's two sisters, Kylie
and... Anyway, no, it's
Anyway,
Kylie.
it is Kylie?
It is Kylie.
She was kind of the ugly duckling turned beautiful?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. So now she thinks she's so beautiful that
Do not pose nude. What are you doing?
That's my point. What do you think about that?
Short-lived career is what I think about it.
Do you?
Short-lived career. I absolutely do.
You think it's hurt her?
Look, your sister, just because, like she's going to be watching Kylie Jenner. I don't know.
She watches
could be.
the
She
show,
does start
Kylie.
watching the Spiel. Kylie, yeah. What is the heart? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so not cool. Why do we even try to do those things?
You know, we have to look down to see if we're doing it right. The ones that can do it go, bam, they just bring it up like this. And speaking of Kylie,
short-lived.
let's go to Bruce.
Sure. Oh, let's not. Let's
talk
not go to
Bruce.
Bruce. Let's not go to Bruce. Let's
What's
hope that
going
Bruce.
on there?
I don't know. But he has such. Haven't we discussed this before?
Now, does Kylie have two moms? I mean, I don't know what to say.
We got to move on. We got to move on. We got to move on. Okay. This is dangerous, dangerous territory. All right, we got a big show already. I can smell things coming from the kitchen.
Me too.
We've had.
What are we smelling?
What?
Garlic, butter, what is it?
Cheeseburgers.
Yes.
Oh, sing us a line.
Cheeseburger in
Paradise.
paradise. Oh, okay.
Can you tell I'm getting a lot better?
You're getting better.
I am getting a lot
you
better.
You getting
Did you get better, girl? Woo! All right, we'll be right back.
Can I help you?
My great-grandmother grew up in this house, and, well, I wanted to show it to my girl.
I'm sorry, but I don't give tours.
That was so embarrassing!
I'd like to, first of all, thank everybody for coming on this historic anniversary of the bank opening April the 7th at 1 o'clock in 1915. God willing, we're going to be here for another 100 years and serving the community, and we're commemorating that today. Your needs are our call to action. God bless you all. 100 years.
Since the very beginning, Southside Lumber has been a family business, delivering lumber and materials from a storefront in Heron, Illinois. some things never change. We're still family owned and still located in the same place. Now, delivering more than just lumber to every corner of Southern Illinois. With nearly 70 years experience building Southern Illinois, come see why people in the know go to Southside.
Find us on social media and follow us for the next 70 years.
More than just lumber, Southside Lumber.
Well, I was born in this area, so I've only ever lived in a rural area. We come here, you would feel that it's a relaxed environment and that we take our time, we find out your history, what's going on in your life, and what your needs are.
Well, they get more of a holistic type of atmosphere. We are able to treat their physical problems along with mental.
We have, 13 clinics, so we can find the specialty that you need.
And now movie critic Tim Estilos with the Spiel on entertainment.
My father was diagnosed manic depressive in 1967.
Can I help you?
My great-grandmother grew up in this house, and, well, I wanted to show it to my girl.
I'm sorry, but I don't give tours.
That was so embarrassing! He met my mother and told her all about his nervous breakdowns. She didn't care. Why can't Daddy live here with us?
Daddy's still recovering from his breakdown.
He's a way better cook than you. So they got married, and they had me.
Oh.
And then my sister.
I got into Columbia.
You can't take the girls to New York.
Here's my proposal.
We love you.
Bye.
You move in with the girls and you take care of them.
We're gonna be late for school!
Me?
Hi everybody, I'm Tim Estilos with the Spiel on Entertainment, and I'm sitting here with Oscar-nominated actor Mark Ruffalo and writer-director Maya Forbes to talk about their new film, Infinitely Polar Bear. First of all, I want to congratulate you on this film.
Oh, thank you so much.
Mark, a first question to you. This film deals with coping with bipolar disorder and yet also the strength it takes to keep a family together. What was it about this film that appealed to you the most?
I guess honestly the balance between the humor and the pathos, and ultimately it just felt real that this is real family and how families really are in one way or another. There's always somebody in some sort of crisis at some time or another, and it's really the love that's between them all that makes it have so much grace. And I felt like it had humor and pathos and grace and difficulties and scary at times, but ultimately, I think all of these people were better because of that life they lived together.
You're all welcome to come to our apartment.
We don't want people to see how we live!
Big deal how you live. It's not your fault.
Girls tell me it has no floor.
It had no floor. I scavenged these from your kitchen.
Now, I saw in previous interviews that you've been conducting for this film that some members of your family have struggled with bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
So how does that personal experience factor into what you brought to the role?
I just know how it behaves, and I know how it affects everyone around you. Maya says it's a family disease, and that's totally true. But it really is also something that solidifies a family. It's something that you learn a great deal about yourself and the world by dealing with it in one way or another.
That is where your great-grandmother Gaga grew up.
In that whole house?
The whole thing. It's the grandest house on Beacon Hill, designed by Bullfinch, a very famous architect.
How did they get so rich?
Railroads. Your great-great-grandfather was once the richest man in Boston.
So how come we're so poor?
Well, all of that money was put into a trust. Nobody could touch it. Except for your great-grandmother.
Now, Maya, this experience is definitely personal to you. People should know that this film is autobiographical in a sense.
Yes.
So how important was it for you to bring this story to the screen, and also perhaps how challenging was it?
Well, when I finished the script, I thought, I'm going to direct this film because I want it to be warm and I want it to have a lot of love in it and I want it to have humor in it, and all those things don't necessarily, not everyone would necessarily bring those elements to this story. Now, me saying that I'm going to direct it meant that it might never get made. I mean, I had never directed a movie, so it was sort of a feeling of either I'll direct it or it will never get made. So it was important for me that it exists, but in the right way. What was great was that I learned, so if you're a first-time filmmaker, your job is to convince one person at a time that you have a vision for the film. So I convinced this person.
No, I did most of the convincing. I read it, I came in, I said, I have to play this part, and you have to direct it. And yeah, I normally don't go after parts quite that vehemently. I don't have that much confidence that way, and I don't. It just isn't really my style. So that I did that really was showed how much I believed in the script and how much I believed in you.
Amelia, let's go!
That's a lot of routine.
You can do it.
Is this something to do with feminism?
What impressed me with the concept of this film is that you're dealing with the seriousness of dealing with bipolar disorder, and yet there were touches of humor. How was it finding that right balance of the two?
I wanted it to sort of be proportional to what life had been like, which is that my father, who had a severe illness, was not always in a hospital and was not always in a manic episode. I mean, that would happen, but that wasn't his normal state of being. I mean, so it was important to. I mean, there were a lot of great moments with him, and then there are just moments where he was annoying and the kids are annoyed with him, and that's funny.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that's funny isn't funny if you're part of it.
Yeah.
It's funny as you sit there watching it, you know?
We could go to the Museum of Fine Arts and look at great-grandpapa's portrait.
Why is this portrait hanging in a museum?
Because a very important artist named John Singer Sargent painted it.
Why?
Why? Don't you know who we are?
I have to make a confession here, is that I was one of the background extras on your film.
Oh my God, I felt like you looked familiar.
Yeah, well, I'm glad somebody noticed me.
Oh my God, are you joking?
Why
did you say something?
Well, I think somebody might have wrestled me to the ground, for one thing. But yeah, it was the scene in the restaurant where you're talking with your parent.
The doctor says I need more responsibility, not less.
But you're a man. Even if you could do it, why would you want to?
So I'm sitting at a table right beside you, but what I noticed on set was that there was a very light and sort of fun atmosphere.
I think that was the day Keir Delay was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I remember Keir said, "I love this vibe," because he'd worked with all these really mean directors. I mean, in the past. So he just said, "I love the vibe here," and I think it was that I am by nature a warm person, and I had a lot of respect for my crew, and I was very happy with all of the skills and artistry that they were bringing to this story. And as well as my brilliant actors. So I guess I think that trickles down, but he can speak. He's been on more sets than I have, so he can
It's
speak
set
to that.
by the director. The tone is set by the director. Yeah. And then everyone else sort of plays off that. But, you know, you do have you're very warm. You do invite everyone to bring their best to the project. There's an openness that people feel very comfortable around. And so that translates as joy. At the end of the movie, we all sang a song together, and I've never, every single, the cast and the crew, it's at the end of the movie, we put it on the end of the movie, it's in the credits, we all sing the song together, the pirate song. And at the end of that song, which was our last day, the day we wrapped, every single crew member burst into tears. And I had never seen that, ever. And I've done like 60 films.
So it was a great rapport.
Yeah.
And it was
I mean, I like to laugh
you created.
as much as I like to cry.
Yes. And there's nothing better than having someone laugh or cry at you.
Well, that's clearly apparent here. And again, I want to thank you for making me a part of your film, even though you didn't know it at the time.
You're part of it. Congratulations.
So again, congratulations on this film.
Thank you
Best
so
of luck
much.
with it. I'm sure it's going to do great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, we've been talking with actor Mark Ruffalo and writer-director Maya Forbes about their new film, Infinitely Polar Bear, coming to a theater near you. Be sure you go check it out. For the Spiel on Entertainment, I'm Tim Estilos.
Our dad is totally polar bear. Bipolar. I'm probably sorry you married him.
Never.
I love you. You want me to pick you up after school?
No!
I'll be here at 3.
So this
Oh, you got it the wrong.
is a super dance.
Look at the barbecue on the burger.
Boom.
Boom, baby.
Wow.
Cheated with a boy down from Cairo town, and she left that heart to drown as the sun went down. Almost Memphis, ever not quite. Just two lovers lost alone in the Heartland night.
Check out my website, healthyhippiechef.com, under Illinois Specialty Crop Grant, where you can find all the latest and up-to-date information regarding Illinois specialty crops and buying fresh and local, where to get it, how to get it home, and to cook it for your family. Join me in making fruits and veggies go viral.
Where fresh is. Explore an ever-expanding variety of wholesome, locally grown foods when you shop Illinois. Where fresh is. For more information, visit IllinoisWhereFreshIs.com.
My dad came here in the early 50s and started. My name's John Smith. My brother Terry and I have Smith Dairy Farm. We're producers of milk for Prairie Farms Dairy. We're outside at 4:30 in the morning. Cows need fed 365 days a year, and you learn the mannerisms of each animal. You learn who they are. Prairie Farms, they depend on us to be finished milking at a time when the truck's going to come to get the milk. We're all one big team.
Proudly farmer-owned.
It's part of what we've been raised to do.
Prairie Farms.
And we're spieling it in our greasy kitchen today. All of this is brought to you, of course, by Prairie Farms.
Yes.
We really appreciate Prairie Farms. Our Southside Lumber Kitchen's beautiful, but again, under a layer of grease right now, and we're okay with that. We are okay with that. Kevin and Angie Breeden of the historic, the famous, the Ned Shed in Vienna, Illinois. Welcome.
Ned Shed, dead ahead.
Ned Shed, dead ahead.
Wow. Is there a sign somewhere that says that?
There was years ago.
Used to be on the vendor's curves, he had good meat, good bread, Ned Shed, dead ahead.
Oh, that is awesome.
I tell you what, we could have used him. You know, good man, I understand. Your grandmother also an integral part. So when this thing came up for sale, you guys had to have it.
Had to have it.
Talk about the backstory.
The backstory is in 1953, Ned opened it as a little ice cream shop.
Right.
It soon expanded. He called it Friday Night for Kids. Adults weren't allowed. And it kept expanding. I mean, it seats about 24 people, still a little place.
Yeah.
And Ned had been to a county fair. And the relish is what we're kind of
Oh, I've heard the famous relish. Yeah. That's right.
And a guy by the name of Uncle Dick Redden had this relish, and he wouldn't give Ned the recipe, so he told my grandmother, hey, this is what I think's in it. And she kept messing around with it, and I've got the first original 16 tries, and the 17th one was it. It's on the back of an envelope from 1953, and we still use the recipe.
That's awesome.
It's a vinegar-based, isn't it? Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Do you better swear people to secrecy and like they have to do that, you know,
Well, I
claws
gotta tell
and
you,
stuff.
Granny she didn't do that. She handed the recipe out.
She did.
She copied it and would put it in Christmas cards.
Yeah.
God love her. God love her. I tell you what. You know, and then that little thing, McDonald's came calling and wanted to do, and he said no. Ned's like, no, we're going to keep it Ned shit, right? Right?
Correct.
But, you know, this is fantastic. It's all grease, Angie, and you're okay with that, right? Just a little bit in moderation?
Yeah. I mean, I've got people from Chicago that come down that want a veggie burger, and I give them the relish, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, and onions. There's your veggie burger.
That's it. We actually can't keep up with Angie. Do you see how she zooms around this kitchen?
Of course, she's little.
She knows what she's
flies
doing.
over the top
yeah,
and-
yeah. She goes, "Hey, what's up with you tall people?" I'm like, "Hey, it's all fake.
the shoes
It's
off,
TV
David.
world." Say, what's it? I am really not that tall at all.
Are we getting ready to do a quadruple size burger?
We're going to do probably a double and a single, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, what was the story about the football team or some team that comes in?
Our football team, some of our football players, we have a half-pound Eagle Burger. That's our team down there. the Flying
Super
Eagles.
Neds.
So
Okay.
we call it the Eagle Burger.
Eagle Burger.
Which
Okay.
is the burger, the
Just the
cheese?
burger, and then that's a Super Ned special, which
Okay.
is a half-pound burger with barbecue on it and a sauce. We have some football players that come in and get a double Super Ned special, which is 2 of the half-pound burgers and 2 barbecues, and they eat it. I love the football team.
Oh yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do. You know, does it really just come down to fresh ingredients, good stuff, drop it in the fryer, and it comes out and people are happy?
Yes.
Love it. And you know what? Vienna is population 1,200.
Oh yeah.
So everyone that comes in, I either went to high school with them, or I know their kids. I mean, it's fun. That's
Yeah.
what I like about it.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Go sit down. I'll come get your order. I can just yell at people if you want to.
You know, we talked about when it first started, how many seats, Kevin, did it have?
When it first started, it was a walk-up window only.
Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
And then it went to how many seats?
Then it went to a bar around the side, so it would have had 8, and then now we're up to 24.
Okay. You still do the soft serve kids night kind of deal?
We haven't got an ice cream machine yet. We had to put a new roof on. It was a flat
It was
roof.
let's see, the roof, the ice cream machine. All right, hang on, kids, it's
How
coming.
long is waiting time, guys, if you want to come there?
No.
It's
not bad. 5 minutes. We get in.
Okay.
All right, we'll drive in and drive out. It'll be fun.
I probably need to check my phone because the high school kids text me their
Text your
orders.
orders.
We get their orders ready, and then when they come in, bam, they can sit down.
That is
doubles.
awesome.
Three
How far are
doubles.
you from the high school?
Oh, we're what? Just 5 blocks? 5 blocks.
All right, so listen, the proofs in the performance here is just sampling. So if you guys don't mind, we're going to be rude and then
Get on
start to get on it.
Get on
See,
it.
you already got on it.
Fried
Okay,
pickle.
all right.
Incredible.
Well, that's what we're going
We
to do.
smoke our own barbecue there as well. We order it from Beerman's up in Albeers.
Okay.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
delivered fresh
Good
every day,
place.
never frozen. We do the ham and we smoke it right on premises.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Well, you guys obviously want to invite people to come and see you.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Come see us.
Ned
Come
Shed
see
dead
it.
ahead.
Ned's Shed dead ahead with cheese balls in the fryer.
Balls,
And you know
macaroni and
what?
cheese bite.
Oh.
We can't talk to the Breedens without talking about Kevin's musical background.
Yeah.
All right, sing it. Sing a little.
I
You
don't
sing?
sing. I
What?
don't sing.
We're not
I'm a
going to
keyboard
sing?
player. I play
She won't
piano.
ever let me sing either. She won't ever let me sing.
You
Well,
can do Miss Walker song. Slaw burger fries and a bottle of skeet.
Bring it on down to my baby and me.
now that. Okay, all right. We're going to sample some of this again. Thanks so much for coming out. And Ned Shed, Vienna, Illinois,
Yes,
dead
thank you.
ahead.
Go
All right.
see 'em.
Thank you.
Wait.
Let's sample. Stop it.
We've got funnel cake sticks.
No, you
And
don't.
you put powdered sugar on them. Oh, you have.
Oh.
That's how yummy they are.
Oh, yeah.
And chocolate chip cookie dough bites.
You're those people at the fair that'll fry anything, aren't you?
Yeah.
I gotta try some of that, don't you? The barbecue and the burger.
Yeah, let's cut this.
Okay.
There's a smaller one.
With the slaw though too, man. The relish is good.
Here's
Taste the macaroni and cheese.
Oh my. That relish is the bomb.
Isn't that good?
Coming up next on The Spiel.
I was called into the ministry at, I think I was 17 years of age, and I backslided from church. And the moment I backslided, I was in a head-on collision.
How did this come about?
That came about.
Stop.
Oh my.
Check out my website at healthyhippiechef.com under Illinois Specialty Crops, where you can find all the information you need to know about the most current and up-to-date information on fresh and local produce in your area, where to find it, how to get it on your table and into your family's belly.
This is a day I've looked forward to for many years. Our family's been very blessed over the years, and we chose this day to share our blessings. We're very pleased today to offer this check to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
For more than a century, Farmer State Bank has been finding ways to serve you better.
St. Jude's Children's Hospital would like to give them a check also.
Let us show you how no one serves you better. Farmer State Bank.
You're able to do anything you want to do.
Ensuring kids from across the country and in the heartland with limb differences get out of the stands, off the bench, and into the game.
You have to have that confidence, nubs and all, and nubs rock.
As the founder of Nubability, I can tell you summer camps rock. Those experiences are made possible in part through your support. Find out how to sponsor this not-for-profit organization online.
If someone says you can't do something, you go out and do it.
Be strong, encourage courage, be unstoppable. Be part of the awesomeness that is Nubability.
Minister Willie Holloway here, the life and times of, and I love how you described it. You said, I like these types of stories.
I like it from the bottom all the way to, the top, which is, our Lord, our Savior, our Master. And you've been there and you're here now. What a journey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be here.
It's been a journey for you, hasn't it? You read about the struggles in life and we all go through them, and then to have the courage to write about them. Kudos to you, because oftentimes I'm sure it's embarrassing, some of the things that you went through. You want to begin to share with us?
Yes, it is. I think it really started as a child. See, I come from on my father's side of the family. My father was an alcoholic, and most of my uncles and aunts on my dad's side of the family was alcoholics. And I took my first drink by one of my sisters giving me alcohol. I think I was like about 3 years old. And that was a scary thing. And they found me asleep, but I had passed out.
Oh, wow.
And from then on, as a teenager, you know, I began drinking, and it just kind of spiraled out of hand.
Yeah.
You know?
Kids are going to, they're going to act out what they see, what they know. If mom and dad did it, if family members did it, it must be okay.
Right.
You know? And it wasn't okay, obviously.
It wasn't okay.
Because the drinking and drugs and things lead to other things. Let's continue the story.
And, you know, I got married at a young age. My wife and I think we was around about 17, 18, somewhere in there. Got married, had our first child, and started out as a real good father, real good husband. And as we moved from Neelyville, Missouri to Poplar Bluff, Missouri, that's when I began to run into a lot of people that I wanted to run around with and drink, and started out, you know, smoking weed. And that led to, you know, stronger drugs. Got on the cocaine, and that was one of the wildest rides of my life.
You know, you said you moved from one town to another in Missouri, probably trying to escape what you were dealing with in the other town. But you know what? All the towns has that problem. They've got those drinking people. They've got those drug people. It just takes someone strong to come out of this.
Yes, it does. And to also see, I was called into the ministry at I think I was 17 years of age, and I backslided from church. And the moment I backslided, I was in a head-on collision. I was headed to work. A friend of mine and I was headed to work, and I was drinking then, but I wasn't driving. But I remember picking up a can of beer, and I'm getting ready to drink, and I'm out seeing car lights coming towards us. Never stopped. Next thing I knew, we trying to climb out of the car because I blacked out. And I'm looking for my friend. It's pitch dark. I'm looking for my friend. And I finally reached over to him, and there he was. Thank God he wasn't dead. And we had to bail out of the car. And I'm having to take the beer and throwing the beer out, trying to keep, you know, before the cops come. And I didn't get a scratch on me. That was God. I didn't know it at the time, but God kept me, shielded me from that, shielded my friend. And it's amazing how God kept his hand on me all this time.
Amen.
And meanwhile, is your wife still keeping, I mean, she's keeping the kids, she's staying home, she knows that all this is going on, obviously.
She's knowing that all this is going on. For some days, she wouldn't see me. I was out still drugging. But thank God I had a praying wife. She knew that God had called me at an early age, and she just kept the faith that God would bring me back. Mm-hmm. And, you know, God did bring me back.
Tell me about that. You're into drinking, you're into drugs. You said God called you. What was that sign?
Was
tell
this
me
the
about
dream?
that day. Was that the dream?
I was sitting on the side of a bed, one day, and I'm thinking how to go and get more drugs. Didn't have a dime. My wife wasn't gonna give it to me. Sure. Thank God she didn't. My wife wasn't gonna give it to me, and I couldn't think of a way to go get it. And I laid back on the bed and fell asleep. And all of a sudden, it seemed just like we sitting here, how real it was. I wakes up and I'm in these flames, and I'm hearing people screaming. I couldn't see faces, but if there was one familiar face I did see. There was a minister there, and I'm wondering, what are he doing here? And God let me know, this is you. This is where you headed. And the awfulest screams that I heard, and that's what really scared me. And I want to reach out and help these people. They hollering, help, would you please help us? And for some unknown reason, I could not help them. And this dream seemed like eternity. But God came to me in the form of this dream to get my attention. I didn't know that then. Little did I know. But now I finally wakes up, and I'm wondering,
God, what was this? And first thing I said, thank God this was only a dream. But God said, this is not only a dream. This is where you headed. And that is when I turned my life around. That's my goal. My goal is to reach, if I could reach one person and stop them from going down that road that I went, it would mean a lot to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So the depiction here, obviously hell, you've already described the wailing and the gnashing of teeth, which is, I think, something that we all run from, and we don't want that for the end, for eternity. You know, we're told here on earth is such a short time. You've obviously shared your story to try to turn someone else's life around. And when you go in and speak to these people, what is your commitment statement? What is the one thing that you share with people that you hope would really, really touch a nerve?
Well, see, Angie, a lot of people, when they's on drugs, it's always someone else's fault.
Sure.
It's not mine. It's always someone else's fault. And my goal is to let them know that, you know, a lot of people just lays there and they wallow in self-pity. My message to them is, do not wallow in self-pity. Pick yourself up and go on, because and leave this behind you. Anybody can do it. If you look at my life or you read this book and you see what I went through as a drug addict, anybody can do it. And this book does not only target drug addicts, but anybody out there with an addiction. If you pick yourself up, that's your first step.
That's right.
You know, a lot of counselors who has not gone through what you've gone through will tell a group, you know, don't do this, don't do this. But I think it means more when it comes from a person who went down that road. Don't you agree?
I agree with you, 100%.
Yeah.
It does.
We've all made bad choices, and we're all lucky because every day you're above ground is a good day.
That's right.
You know, and we all like to wallow in pity, like you said.
That's right.
But if you look around and realize there are some real problems out there, and if we would all just make a difference, sometimes you find such value in that you're touching lives and making a difference. All of a sudden you feel that worth, and now life is worth living, you know.
Right,
and you
it
keep
does.
going. And I sure hope this book is a starting point. How can they get this? How can they reach out to you?
You can go on Amazon.com.
Okay.
And you can buy it there. You can go to Hastings Bookstore there in Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Okay.
And you can order it. You can buy it in Hastings Bookstore.
Nice.
You can order it also from Hastings
They'll
Bookstore.
probably ship it to you as well.
And
Second one coming out, you said?
a second book, The Life and Times of Willie Holloway 2, will be out sometime.
Well, I think
this
you better
summer.
put your wife on the cover of that one, is all I want to say about that.
I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one.
My inspiration.
Yeah, good for you.
And I like to say today that on one of my worst days, today is better than any day that I had out there on drugs.
There you go.
Amen.
There you go. Amen. Meaningful. And you can remember it a lot better, can't you?
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much. You were an absolute joy.
Pleasure
God
to be
bless
here.
you.
Nice to meet
And we'll be right back.
Coming up on the Spiel.
Remember that movie, like the ghost movie, you know,
like this
right here. Don't see. I knew you were going to make it weird.
Out on the edge where life is free. Mason jar whiskey.
Fitness is a way of life for me. It is my passion. At the Den Fitness Center, we offer a lot of different programs. We have a 15-week program when it comes to personal training. Build their muscle, build their strength, chart your progress, and we get results. We guarantee anybody that trains with us 30 pounds in 15 weeks if they listen to us. You can go to any gym, but a gym's just a gym. We're not your average gym, we're a family. I teach people to live again.
At John A. Logan College, we make your future our priority number one.
Because we're teaching tomorrow's technology today.
And we don't take that responsibility lightly.
We get to know our students really well. I know our students become like a family.
Discover an education that is all about you. Discover your future. John A. Logan College, where it's all about you. Registration underway.
The Spiel with the Nut Man.
The Nut Man.
The Nut Man.
Yeah.
Derek.
Not Nutmeg. The Nut Man.
Yeah, look at this stuff.
Wow.
This
Can
is
you see?
amazing.
I mean, Rachel, can you see?
Can
Can you tell the
It's
artistry?
nuts. Like nuts and bolts.
Peas and carrots. That's what they go together like, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of this stuff. How'd you get involved, or how'd you get started?
Well, I got started just about 2.5 years ago welding this kind of stuff, which is bolts and washers, doing signs and logos. But artwork for me in general started back whenever I was in the 5th grade.
Oh, okay. Now you said bolts. Are these bolts or nuts?
These are nuts.
Those
All
are the
everything
nuts.
made
Are
here.
you nuts? Are
Yes.
you really? Gee.
Yes,
Well,
I
so
am
like
nuts.
the real name's bolts. Because I always get
No.
babe. The bolt's the screw in. These are the nuts that accept the bolt.
the bolt is the screw thing.
Yes.
We'll
Okay,
have
so I
that
didn't know
conversation later. Listen, you talked
Yeah.
about the 5th grade. Please tell me that's attributed to maybe an art teacher who took interest in you, someone that nourished your talent, or what?
Actually, the person who started me with that is my brother.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He is 6 years older than me, and whenever I was in the 5th grade, he was already doing artwork as a freshman in high school.
With bolts?
No,
And nuts?
with drawings, pencil drawings and everything, and he actually brought a picture of his that he made for school home one day, and he handed it over to me, and he handed me a piece of paper and a pencil, and he said, try this.
Do this.
Try to duplicate what I just made.
Okay. And you're
And
like,
that
I'm
was-
going to beat him. I'm going to do better.
Yes, there's always been a competition with
Right.
me, Mark, lots of things, but that was the first picture I ever tried, and I was kind of addicted to artwork ever since. And
What
it's
was the picture?
taken off. It was actually a box of cereal as a funny project that he was supposed to do for school. To
Cheerios
look
or
at
Count Chocula?
Flintstones. Fruity Pebbles.
No pun intended, but it was something to do with
No.
grape nuts.
Great nuts. Look at where it went. I absolutely
Tell
love
me about
that.
the day that you went, you know what, I'm going to take some nuts and weld them together. Tell me, how'd that come about?
That's amazing,
How that
actually.
came about, a couple of winters ago, I went to Arizona and went to a lot of art galleries and stuff like that, and met some artists who does metal work, and I saw very few pieces made out of nuts and bolts. Lots of sheet metal work and everything else that you see everywhere in what some people call junkyard art.
Right.
And a lot of them was really neat, but I have never really seen much of this medium around in our area used. And so I finally combined my welding experience with my artwork, and I thought, I'm going to try this and see how it goes, and it's led into stuff like this.
What was your first piece that you completed?
With bolts or nuts?
I love that.
Nuts.
Bolts or nuts?
With nuts. The very first piece I completed was a very small bowl. It was my test piece. It was my try piece to see how it was going to react, how I could do it freehand.
Without burning yourself. Geez, there's not a lot of room. Do you have tools that you...
Do you hold it, and
how do you do that?
Yes, I actually, of course, wear welding gloves.
Protective gloves. That's
But,
that's the first little lesson to be learned.
No, that's
Don't
not
try
the
this at
first.
home.
The eye thing is the most important. You do
Oh
wear
yeah,
eye
put down that
protection.
shield
Yes,
on your eye.
It's a big welding hood.
Right.
Hood.
But yes, I hold them with actually a tool, a pair of needle nose pliers.
Okay.
And that's how I build one by one.
Nice.
All the way
One
up.
by one.
How many hours did this one take, just say, this little spider?
Well, that spider, I mean, I could weld it in about 30 minutes. And
Okay.
spend-
Seriously?
But see, something like this, geez, you know do you remember that movie, like the Ghost movie, you know,
Like this.
right here? Don't, see, I knew you were going to make it weird. Don't, it's not that kind of shit.
But that's what they did on Ghost.
They
You brought it
did,
up.
they did. It was very sensual.
Let's talk
much
gu-
like...
Let's talk guitar. But they didn't do nuts. They did like play.
They did, they really did. They
Let's-
did a
let's
lot
talk-
more after
let's
that
talk-
too,
let's
okay.
talk guitar. How did this come about?
That came about.
Stop.
Oh my.
She can't be. I apologize, Derek. I mean, we love it. This belongs to the Smithsonian. It's very good stuff.
I love it.
Thank you. That's,
Very good
that's
stuff.
actually a wedding present that I made for some friends of mine
You
who just
shouldn't
got
have.
who just got married.
You're getting married again? No, second one. I need a gift. Trust, I need a gift. Okay.
Yes. This came about whenever I was 9 years old. My dad bought me my first guitar, and that led off to my, I guess you say, career or my hobby of playing music for years.
Okay.
And I don't hardly touch playing guitar anymore, but I thought, well, this would be fun to duplicate a guitar with all my welding. Wow. And actually hand drew, just freehand, a outline of a guitar on a big piece of steel and took off welding.
You're
And
so
this
talented.
piece actually took me 15 hours to weld it.
Wow. It's
So-
the artistry is perfect. It's perfection.
You got to put on the neck and you went, well, I'm tired. I'm not done.
Well,
that's it. I'm not a nut.
Listen,
There it
is.
art aficionados love this type of
I
thing.
do
okay?
too.
It's the
I think it's
imperfection.
awesome. What would a piece like this cost if someone wants to get it?
Tell you the truth, I put a price tag of $800 on this.
Oh, that's
and
cheap.
There's
That is cheap.
Yes, and
Nuts
I'm
cost
actually,
a lot of money.
well, yes, it's not the cheapest hobby in the world to create, but I've actually gotten a lot of good response from it from social media and everything.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
going really well.
Is that how they find you? Social media, or do you have a website? Or?
I don't have a website. I do have social media that I'm using as my main front runner right now for getting
Is
out
it your
there.
name or do you have a name for yourself?
I actually, through the people who are my Facebook friends on my personal page, I can send them invites to my welding page also. And
Okay.
of course, I'm getting contacted and in contact with many of the other community pages
Okay.
and everything too for photographers and artists and.
But right now
places
they
like
just look
that.
for your name, Derek?
No, they look for Southern Weld Creations. the
Southern
Facebook
Weld
page.
Creation. Okay,
Love that.
or call the Spiel, and we're going to negotiate one price. We'll sell it to you. We'll keep a little margin, and then we'll give it to you. It'll be great.
So if we
you
just
didn't hear
give
that
you
last part, did you?
800, we can sell this for whatever we want.
$1,100. This is all it is.
Is that
It's
what you're saying?
$1,100,
Well,
and 8 will go to the artist.
maybe with a 7% royalty.
7%. Okay. Well, we can negotiate. We'll talk.
Turn this into the Shark Tank too.
The Shark Tank. All right, investors. I mean, it looks like right now we need a Lowe's or Home Depot to just give us all their nut section, right? The nut section.
The nut section. Hey, you know what? You
The
talked
sponsor.
about a craft show you're going to. When you show up and you have a display, how many pieces do you take with you?
Depends on if it's going to be a 1 or 2 day show, kind of what I tell
Smart.
myself,
Yeah.
and depending on how many people I suspect to be there and what kind of a crowd is going to be there. If it's more of a crafty event, I'll take a few less pieces, more stuff, more of the fun things like spiders
Yeah.
and little things that I make. But if I'm going to more that's something to more of like an art expedition, I will
Hey, if the wedding or the marriage doesn't work out, ask for your gift back. I would like that.
And I have a great idea.
Not that I'm
A
drinking.
lot of
right?
artists that come on our show do portraits of Angie and I. Could you do us a nut?
Stop. We're already nuts enough. Okay, I think that's going to do. You're
I wanna
great.
be
You're a
done
great
in
guest.
nuts.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. And again, one more time, the Facebook page so they'll remember it.
Southern Weld Creations.
Southern Weld Creations. We'll be right back.
Junk my car, got no regrets. I'm gonna live a life at the core. Gonna see my Jenny.
My name is Paul Joseph Cruz. I'm an OBGYN. I am the only obstetrician that still delivers their own patients.
Dr. Cruz is awesome, really cares for his patients.
Unless I'm out of town, I would make sure that I deliver them, whether I'm on call or not. That definitely creates a big bond between families and between physicians.
Anybody would have a great experience here.
I like exactly what I do. I like to be part of access to care for patients that really need it.
We always have to keep our eyes open because we never know where we're going to get that inspiration from. We are excited to bring Orbe to Chavot. Orbe uses exclusive essential oils. That's what helps to separate them from other products. Maybe their hair's been overprocessed or they have split ends. We have a product that will repair split ends 94%. You will get unbelievable shine. You can find Orbe at Chavot Salon in front of the Williamson County Airport.
The Spiel presents You're On, 100% original new music.
Hi, I'm Doug Anderson, otherwise known as Old Moose. Been playing music for many years. Do your tune. But when I first moved down here to Southern Illinois and found out that you could still get illicit whiskey, a little tune called Mason Jar Whiskey. Take my job, sell my house. I'm just walking down the road. Death is close, the world's gone south. I don't care how my story's told. Gonna see my Jenny in the short pine grove. Bed of straw, biscuits on the stove, out on the edge where life is free. Mason jar whiskey. Kill my phone, bury my debts, 'cause I can't do this anymore. Junk my car, got no regrets. I'm gonna live life at the core. Gonna see my Jenny in the short pine grove. Bed of straw, biscuits on the stove, out on the edge where life is free. Mason jar whiskey. In the dark under the pine, we will rarefy our minds in a life that's raw and risky. Mason jar whiskey. On my soul, lease out my love, pack my Gibson and my Fender. The fire is burning under stars above. Around the bend, my life's a bender. Gonna see my Jenny in the short pine grove. Bed of straw, biscuits on the stove, out on the edge where life is free. Mason jar whiskey. Mason jar whiskey.
Doug Anderson, you're on, and you have been a delight thus far. Fantastic sound altogether.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know you were enjoying that.
I was, because I dabble in bass guitar, so I could pick out you played the bass notes along with your strumming the melody, and gosh, that's talent. That was good.
It's a lot of practice.
Angie asked you earlier, where would you put your music? A category, or is it just your own?
Well, usually these days we would call it Americana. In the old days it would have been singer, songwriter, or folk country, something of that sort.
Okay.
So, but usually we play Americana music, a variety of blues, country, folk, all mixed together.
Is there a genre now, rockabilly or rocka? What
Has
is
been
it?
Yeah, rockabilly since the 50s. Yeah.
Since the 50s, rockabilly. Okay.
Marty Stewart, rockabilly.
Yes. Okay. Now listen, you have a lot of names. You've been associated with a lot of names, but we have to talk about one in particular. Moose. I mean, where does Moose come from?
Well, when I was about 18 years old, living in New Hampshire, we had a flatbed truck that we used to load a piano onto the back of and put it up against the wall of the cab and then strap it down, and we would ride around the various parks and play music.
Open air concert, right there.
So
right there.
I would get one end of the piano and two guys got the other end of the piano, so I got the nickname Moose.
Okay.
But back then I was working in sawmills and weighed about 220 pounds.
I was, because the
little bit
Moose
different.
was just, big guy.
And now it's Old Moose.
Now it's Old Moose because I got old.
Okay.
No, you're only
It's only a
number, absolutely. I mean, you have many, many layers. Also a professor in philosophy.
That is true. Yeah.
If someone would take your class, what would they learn?
Oh my goodness. Well,
Moonshine and biscuits go well together.
Out of Cairo.
Yeah, a variety of things. I do the history of philosophy, so all the way back to the Greeks in Western philosophy, but I also do a lot of contemporary things, so philosophy of music, philosophy of food.
Philosophy of food.
Philosophy of the environment,
Did
things
you know
of that
that
sort.
it had a philosophy?
What is your philosophy of food?
Well, my philosophy of food is that I'm a vegetarian, but I don't require or think that everyone needs to be vegetarian.
Okay.
But I have reasons for choosing that.
All right. Good, good. Now listen, you've toured pretty much the entire U.S. Any overseas travel, or just tell us a little about the journey?
I've played in a little bit in Denmark and a little bit in South America when I've traveled there for other reasons. But mostly in the U.S.
Okay.
Now you mentioned having gigs coming up. You play locally in Southern Illinois.
Play a lot locally at the wineries and local.
How many pieces?
Clubs.
By yourself, solo, or?
I play solo. I play sometimes with a couple of young people. My son plays guitar for me, and a young woman, Becca Perry, plays violin for me. And I play with a larger band called the Bone Dry River Band.
Bone Dry River Band. Boy, we know those years, don't we? In the drought and all that good stuff.
Moose in the Bone Dry River Band.
Now listen, there was another interesting name. What was it? Razzie Dazzy?
Oh, the Razzie Dazzy Spasm Band. That's what that was my band
Spasm.
back in college.
How do you come up with a name like that?
Well, actually, it was named by one of the band members, but it was stolen from a New Orleans jazz band of young kids back at the turn of the century. Yeah, it was stolen.
It was stolen. You know what I think it'd be cool? If you'd start the concert on wheels again.
Oh, yeah.
Get back on that flatbed and go through towns.
Yeah,
like,
well, we used to do it. It was
we're
fun.
coming to you tonight.
Julie would follow you. She would be. She would be right behind that. She would.
Yeah.
It would be good.
That'd be fun.
It was. It was a lot of fun, and we had a good time.
And they don't do it no more.
No, and it's a little harder to do these days. We have a lot more laws.
Yeah, prohibiting such activity.
Back then we didn't have seat belts, and you could just ride in the back of the truck.
The kids were up on the dashboard and on the center lane in the back seat window.
Yeah, things were a little bit different. But that Razzie Dazzy Spasm Band turned out two professional singer-songwriters, John Gorka and Richard Schindel.
Yes.
Both of whom have had tremendous careers worldwide.
Nice.
So it was a lot of fun.
So they're doing well.
Oh, they're playing all the time.
Did you ever call them and say, hey, it's old Moose?
We get together on occasion.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
We do.
Well, you know, I feel like we have to close out the show, or this segment anyway, with just something philosophical. Can you give us some little something? Huh?
Philosophical like guitar or something.
Yeah, something.
I don't know. Life is full of risk. I think that's...
Boy, ain't that the truth.
When you're full of risk, you got to take advantage of the times you have. Especially if you get old.
That should be on a plaque.
That's nice. I think it is. And if it's not, we'll take it.
We're going to take it.
Thank you so much. We're an absolute joy.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be
Appreciate
right
it.
To find out more about the Spiel or even watch past episodes, visit spielon.com.
Check out my website at healthyhippiechef.com under Illinois Specialty Crops, where you can find all the information you need to know about the most current and up-to-date information on fresh and local produce in your area, where to find it, how to get it on your table and into your family's belly.
We pride ourselves on taking care of our customers. We'll put every effort into satisfying a customer.
Our crew here takes wonderful care of the people.
You can still operate here on a handshake.
We have 8 out of the 10 #1 sellers on this lot.
24/7 tech service.
We have very competitive financing.
We have one of the largest body shops in the Midwest.
We take care of all of it right here at Larry's.
All in an effort to try to keep our customers happy. We're on 148, just north of Ziegler, Illinois. We'll go farther than that extra mile.
What a great show.
Oh, you know what? It is. It's always a great show. We always have a good time here on the Spiel. And, you know, people just stop it. It's like the Today Show, the glass windows. You know, people, I mean, we can see, like, they're right there.
Yeah.
I mean, come on
Times
out. Be part
Square,
of
you
it.
can see the big things out there.
The police have gotten involved here at the studio of Growing Media. Too many people outside wrapping the building trying to get in.
That's true.
But it's not true. It is not true at all.
No,
it's a complete lie is what that is. I mean, one day though, right? Hey, I have to offer kudos, congratulations to you.
For?
See, she loves it when I do this.
What I do?
Absolutely loves it when I do this.
I can't wait. What?
I picked up a piece of mail yesterday and opened it up, and I know even on your bio, if you go to growingmediamarketing.com, little plug, or spielon.com, your work with St. Jude's all of these years. You started it on your radio station when you did a show years and years ago, and I want to say to date, that effort that I'm sure you started, right?
Started.
$3 million. up to $3 million.
You know what? It's not Julie, and it's not.
No,
everyone
it's not.
else.
It's
It
the
is-
stories.
It's
It's everything.
and
Yeah.
it's the public.
Yeah.
It's those
Yeah.
good-hearted
Yeah.
citizens and listeners that make that happen.
Yeah, you know, the guests we're going to have on today, they talk about rising from the flames and doing positive things. And this one right here, oh gosh, Jason came in the other day, just weeping. And what's wrong with you?
Jason?
Weeping because he heard the stories. And you know what?
Oh.
If you have healthy children, you should be thankful. If you have healthy children, you should be making a difference. If you have healthy children, we should have $4 million by next year.
That's right. And you know what, too? It is true. Give up that candy bar.
That's right.
Give up that one can of soda, one bottle of soda a day.
That's right.
And you're helping a child.
How about this? One of our guests will talk about it. Go ahead and give up a six-pack.
That's right.
Of whatever that six-pack might be.
It could be
because
sody.
do something, it could be sody, it could be something else, but again, it would be making a difference. And it's just time for everybody to wake up, and that's why we're here. Wake up, come stand in front of the building, it'll wrap around, it'll
That's
be
right.
great, you can look through the windows.
We'll come out and sign autographs. I mean, if that's what they want.
Nobody wants the auto, I don't think we're there
We're gonna
yet.
get there, though.
We will get there, absolutely. We'll see you next week. Oh, no, wait, we got words.
No,
we
we're
have
not
to do a
gonna
word, sorry. Sorry. Oh, okay.
That kind of felt
Sorry.
good, did you?
Did it? Okay.
Soporific.
Soporific is our word. Soporific, okay? Do you know what that means?
I do.
What?
It's when you are good at sopping your bread with that.
That's
yellow of the egg.
right,
You're
the
soporific.
biscuit.
If you can get all
Hey.
the yellow on your bread.
That's what you're
soporific.
sopping. Let me tell you what I sop from
What
the
do you
South,
sop?
all right? Start with a little butter. Put the butter on the plate. You take the syrup, the molasses is a little sweet. I like the syrup. You put the syrup on top, mash it all up so it's now this little thing. Take the biscuit, sop it up. Soporific.
But if you're soporific, that means you can get all of it. off
Actually,
the
all
plate
that's
with
wrong.
one biscuit.
It's wrong. It's wrong. That's not the definition.
Okay.
But we'll say the word and then we'll share the definition.
I'll
okay?
start.
Oh.
Soporific. Soporific.
Soporific, meaning, geez, I'm getting old, tending to induce drowsiness or sleep. Boy, we were way off. Or it's a drug or other agent that induces sleep.
That's nothing what Matt said earlier.
No, soporific. We know what it means. Sopping in the South, baby. Or your
Sopping
egg, in your case.
in your egg.
In your egg, the whole plate.
Yeah.
Okay, now can we say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Okay.
The Spiel, Saturdays at 11 on Fox 23. And now, 12 things you should know about video marketing. The average user spends 88% more time on a website with video. 78% of people watch at least one video per week. More than 3 out of 5 consumers will spend at least 2 minutes watching a video about a product they plan to purchase. 88% either forward or share a video. In 2017, video traffic will account for 69% of all consumer internet traffic. And within the next 5 years, online video production will account for more than 1/3 of all online advertising spending. More than 500 years of YouTube videos are watched every day. Over 700 YouTube videos are shared on Twitter every minute. Video is compelling because it can appeal to the senses to help build trust, while simultaneously giving you the credibility that you need to help build better relationships, which over time translates into more sales. And that's where we come in. At Growing Media, we're a Southern Illinois-based media group, and it just so happens that we're experts in video production. So, give us a call today. We'd like to help you discover your brand's true potential. Growing Media.